August 14th, 1998, a suburban street in Connecticut. Morning, the last time he raised the flag, the little red flag, on the side of the mailbox. Up meant, I have mail to send. Down meant, the mailman took it. Robert put the letter inside, a white envelope, addressed by hand. Sarah Mitchell, 456 Maple Drive, Portland, Oregon. He raised the flag, walked back inside, and waited. At 2:00 p.m., the mailman came, took the letter, lowered the flag. 3 days later, Sarah received it, opened it, read it, and smiled. It was the last letter he ever sent, because the next week, they got email. This is a story about when mail came once a day, and about the boy who waited by the mailbox for 3 years for letters from the girl he loved. The mailbox, from the 1920s to the late 1990s. Every home had one, at the end of the driveway, or on the porch, or attached to the house. A metal box with a door and a flag. The flag was the signal. Red, metal, on a hinge. When you had mail to send, you put it inside and raise the flag. Up. The mailman would see it. Stop. Open the box. Take your letter. And lower the flag. Down. That's how it worked. Every day. The mailman came at the same time, 2:00 p.m. in most neighborhoods, like clockwork, rain or shine, hot or cold. The mailman came and people waited, not at the mailbox, but nearby, in the kitchen, in the living room, listening for the sound of the mail truck, the rumble of the engine, the squeak of the brakes, and when they heard it, they'd look out the window. Watch as the mailman walked up, opened the box, put the mail inside, closed it, and drove away. And then they'd walk outside, open the box, and look inside. Bills, catalogs, magazines, and sometimes a letter. In the 1970s and 80s, getting a letter was special, not common. Special because letters took effort. You had to sit down, take out paper, a pen, and write. By hand. Dear Sarah, I hope you're doing well. It's been 2 weeks since camp ended, and I already miss it. Every word, written in ink, no backspace, no delete. If you made a mistake, you crossed it out, or started over. And when you were done, you folded the paper, put it in an envelope, wrote the address, by hand, put a stamp in the corner, sealed it, and put it in the mailbox, raised the flag, and waited for the mailman to take it. And for 3 to 5 days, your letter traveled in a mail truck, in a sorting facility, in another mail truck, until it arrived at the recipient's mailbox, and they opened it and read your words, written by your hand, days ago. It wasn't instant, it wasn't fast, but it was real. Waiting for mail was a ritual, every day. 2:00 p.m., people would pause, listen for the mail truck. Kids would run to the mailbox. I'll get it, and race down the driveway, open the box, pull out the mail, and sort through it, looking for something, anything, a birthday card, a letter from grandma, a magazine, and if there was a letter for you, it felt like Christmas. Your name, written on the envelope, by someone's hand, someone who thought of you, who took the time to write. You'd open it carefully, tear the corner, pull out the paper, unfold it, and read. Every word, slowly, because you knew. This took time. This took effort. And when you were done, you'd fold it back up, put it in the envelope, and keep it in a drawer, in a box, tied with a ribbon, because letters were worth keeping. Robert was 17 years old in 1985. He spent the summer at camp in Vermont. 2 months. No phone in his cabin, no TV, just woods and lakes and other kids. That's where he met Sarah. She was 16, from Oregon, brown hair, green eyes. They spent every day together, hiking, swimming, talking. And on the last day of camp, Sarah said, "Write to me." Robert nodded. "I will." She handed him a piece of paper, her address, 456 Maple Drive, Portland, Oregon. He folded it, put it in his pocket, and promised. 2 days later, he was back home in Connecticut. He sat at his desk, took out a piece of paper, and wrote, "Dear Sarah, I got home yesterday. It doesn't feel the same without you. I keep thinking about the lake and the way you laughed when I fell in. Write me back. Robert." He folded it, put it in an envelope, wrote her address, put a stamp on it, and walked to the mailbox, raised the flag, and waited. 3 days later, Sarah received it. 4 days after that, Robert got her reply. "Dear Robert, I miss you too. Camp feels like a dream now, but I'm glad it was real. Write me again soon." Sarah Robert read it 3 times, folded it, put it in a box under his bed, and wrote her back. That night, for the next 3 years, they wrote. Every week, sometimes twice a week. Robert would write on Sunday nights, send the letter Monday morning. Sarah would receive it Thursday, write back Friday. Robert would get her letter the following Tuesday, and the cycle continued every week for 3 years. 47 letters from Sarah, kept in a box under his bed. What were the 3 rituals of the mailbox? Number 1, raising the flag. When you had mail to send, you raised the flag. It was a signal to the mailman. "Stop here, I have something." And the mailman would stop. Even if you didn't have mail coming in, he'd stop. Take your letter, lower the flag, and drive on. The flag was trust between you and the mailman. You raised it, he came, every time. Number 2, waiting at 2 p.m. The mailman came at the same time, every day, 2 p.m., and people knew if you were expecting something important, you'd wait by the window, watching. And when the mail truck appeared, you'd walk outside before the mailman even left, and you'd meet him at the box. "Anything for me today?" "Let me check." He'd hand you your mail, and you'd thank him, because the mailman wasn't just delivering mail, he was delivering news, hope, connection. Number 3, keeping the letters. When you got a letter, you kept it. Not in a file, not on a computer, in a box, a shoe box, a wooden box, a drawer, tied with a ribbon. Because letters were physical, you could touch them, hold them, read them again. Years later, and remember, by the mid-1990s, something was changing. Email. At first, only a few people had it, mostly at work or at universities. But by 1998, more people were getting internet at home, and with it, email. Robert's family got internet in July 1998. His father set up the computer in the living room. Dial up. The modem screeched. E-I-ya, and they were online. Robert's father showed him. "This is email. You type a message, hit send, and it arrives in seconds." Seconds? Seconds! Robert thought about Sarah. They'd been writing for 3 years. Every letter took 4 days, one way, 8 days round trip. And now, seconds. He sat at the computer, opened the email program, typed Sarah's new email address. She'd sent it to him in her last letter. He started typing. "Hi, Sarah. Got email. This is weird. Write me back?" He hit send. Whoosh. Gone. He stared at the screen, waiting. 5 minutes later, ding. New message from Sarah. "This is weird. I got your message already. It's like magic, but also strange. I miss waiting." Robert read it and felt something. Relief that she responded so fast, but also loss, because waiting was part of it. The anticipation, the wondering. Will she write back? What will she say? Now he knew, instantly, and it felt hollow. August 14th, 1998. Robert decided to send one more letter, the old way. He sat at his desk, took out paper, and wrote, "Dear Sarah, email is fast, but I wanted to send you one more letter, the old way. because I want you to wait for it, like I waited for yours for 3 years. Do you remember? The way we'd check the mailbox every day. The way we'd read each other's letters and hold them and keep them. I still have all of yours. 47 letters in a box under my bed. I'm going to keep writing you. But maybe once in a while we can still send a letter. The real kind. Just to remember. Robert? He folded it, put it in an envelope, wrote her address by hand, walked to the mailbox, put it inside, and raised the flag. For the last time. The mailman came at 2:00 p.m., took the letter, lowered the flag. 3 days later, Sarah received it. She opened it, read it, and cried. Not sad tears, happy tears, because he was right. Email was fast, but letters were magic. She picked up the phone, called him. I got your letter. And you're right. Let's keep sending them. Once in a while, just to remember. Deal. And they did. For the next 2 years, they sent emails every day. But once a month, they sent a letter. The old way. By 2000, they got engaged. By 2001, they were married, and they never needed to send letters again because they lived together. But they still had the box with 47 letters from 1985 to 1998 tied with a ribbon. What disappeared with email? Number 1, the anticipation. When you sent a letter, you waited 3 days, 5 days, a week, and during that time you wondered, did they get it? What will they say? Will they write back? The waiting was part of the experience. It made the letter valuable. Today, we send a message and expect a reply in minutes. If it takes an hour, we get anxious. There's no waiting, no anticipation, just expectation. Number 2, the physical connection. A letter was real. You could hold it, touch it, see the handwriting, the ink, the way they crossed out a word or doodled in the margin. It was a piece of them in your hands. Today, emails are pixels on a screen. You can't hold them. You can't keep them in a box. They disappear into the cloud, and the connection feels distant. Number 3, the permanence. When you wrote a letter, you meant it because you couldn't take it back. Once you sent it, it was gone, out of your hands. So you thought about what you wrote. You chose your words carefully. Today we type fast, send without thinking, delete if we regret, edit if we change our minds. Nothing is permanent, and because of that, nothing feels as meaningful. Today, Robert is 56 years old. He and Sarah have been married for 23 years. They have 2 kids, both in college. They text their kids every day, get replies in seconds. It's convenient. But sometimes Robert misses the old way. He still has the box with 47 letters under the bed. He pulls it out sometimes when Sarah's not home, opens it, and reads. Dear Robert, I miss you too. Camp feels like a dream now, but I'm glad it was real. He smiles because he can hear her voice in the words, the way she wrote, the way she crossed out words and started again. It's her, in a way that emails never are. His kids asked him once, Dad, why do you keep those old letters? Robert thought. Because they're proof. Proof of what? That I waited. That she waited. That we cared enough to sit down and write and send and wait. Couldn't you just text? Robert smiled. No, because texting is easy. Letters were hard, and the hard things are the ones worth keeping. The mailbox flag disappeared 26 years ago, but if you listen closely, very closely, you can still hear it. The creak of the hinge as the flag goes up, the rumble of the mail truck at 2:00 p.m., the sound of the mailbox opening, and the voice inside saying, You've got mail. Not on a computer, but in your hands. All the people who waited, Who wrote? Who kept letters in boxes tied with ribbons under their beds? Because the letters weren't just words. They were time, effort, love. The mailboxes are still there, but the flags don't go up anymore because we don't wait anymore. We don't write anymore. We type and send and forget. But the letters remain in boxes, in attics, in memories of when communication took time, and that time made it matter. Write in the comments. Do you still have letters from someone you loved? We read every one.